Mindfreak.
Yeah, every single thing I ever heard about Dens was all positive about him just being a phenomenal player, being, if not the best, one of the best players in Australia, and he's going to be able to spot that player crossing right there in the B-bomb site, and he's going to be able to call that out for his team. Just gathering information. You see he switches his class away from the sniper, so using that purely for information gathering purposes.
So we're here with still with Dens and just highlighting all the other players from that Mindfreak squad. You can see them still back in their base. We're going to map up a bit higher for you all since nothing much is really happening down there. But the blue side of things obviously is that Mindfreak team. Over to the other side, you'll see them highlighting the players from that team of Aware Gaming. You just see where they're located. They've got two in that A defense, one out the back just in case he needs to rotate from B to A, and one inside the B-bomb side. But right now, still a very slow push here from this Mindfreak squad.
It does look Mindfreak is going to be trying to move in an A as Shox is able to pick up a snipe right there on Watson. Is going to try and get a second pick right there. So man advantage early on in favor of the Plantronics Mindfreak, and Shox just kind of taking pop shots, scaring the other team back. I don't believe he's actually seeing any there. But that's also going to be serving as a distraction as he's able to pick up that kill on PD, as Mindfreak is going to be rotating this bomb towards your B-bomb site.
Yeah, Shox obviously working that distraction side of things. He does have a player still inside, and I think this is where it's caught on. They've realised it's going to be a flank back and around, so now it becomes a 1v3 here for JT. He's on the hunt there, but they know he's going to be in that backside of school, and they'll take him down, picking up the first round, making it now 1-0 here in S&D on Detroit. Obviously, a good round there. You know, Shox obviously being that distraction side of things, getting those peaks, getting those 2 kills where they need to be. And then, of course, Fighter and Dance picking up a kill each as well, while Buzzin was trying to put that bomb down. So onto the offense, the Aware Gaming squad will go while Mindfreak hit up the D.
You know, I don't think I've seen a distraction work quite so well as that. I mean, eventually Aware did catch on to the rotation, but he was still able to draw out a second person to get to challenge it that he was able to clean up to give them a 4-2 round advantage. But now we're going to be hopping on board with JT going over in towards this pit area. They're clearly going to be working the B-bomb site, and only one player from your Plantronics Mindfreak is in there in preparation. But Dens is going to be able to clean up PD with the nade.
Yeah, Dan's obviously testing the waters, that second nade there as well, thinking, okay, so maybe they've got more than one person trying to challenge here back school. Nade comes in from Joe there to find Shox as well to even things up. 3 players apiece left here in the round. Mindfreak do have 2 players inside the hospital there. You can see pretty much in the dead center of the map, so just watch out for that. They've got 2 players just chilling around that one area. One player inside, one player on the outside wall. I think that's Buzzin using the outside wall. Yeah, it is. Watching that mid-cut push. Buzzin will find Watson on 1. Joe then trades back on Buzzin, cleaning up to make it a 2v2 as JT wants to push inside here at school.
Fighter able to pick up a kill on Joe right there, so it's going to now be a 2-on-1, and both Fighter and Dens are perfect so far. 2 kills and no deaths. JT is going to be able to challenge, but he's going to get cleaned up, so Mindfreak's going to go up 2 rounds to none. And something I saw out of a player, I believe it was Shox, he was running an ASM-1 with a thermal sight on it and also had smokes. So I've never actually seen that before at all, to run a thermal sight on an ASM-1, but it seems to be a strat that these Aussies might be trying to break out and search.
That's a Fizzip thing right there. It sounds like something you see Fizzip probably using, but no, I saw that as well, and I sort of think, oh yeah, what if it's going to work for you? See, he just changed back out of it just then a second ago. You know, so he had it set up there as well once again. But of course, we'll stay with Shox here to start this round off. He did get a nice little sniper kill. He's got a few players though meeting up here at A. One player looking to boost around. Ryan meeting him right in front of the face there. Couldn't get it out quick enough to clean that kill up, but Fighter does come back, and they do trade off 2-on-1 just then, the Aware Gaming squad. So good odds for them being up here in this round, 3v2. Danzen Buzzin up against PD, JT, and Watson.
And Aware making a great counter right there. Obviously, last round, there was 2 picks coming in from that side with a sniper rifle, so they just rushed it all out and were able to get 2 kills because of it, because they were able to trade off of the kill after Joe was taken down. So countered that original strat out of Mindfreak perfectly, and now they have the advantage because of it. And you see Buzzo slowly trying to work this B-bomb side. It looks like he might actually be able to spot a player. The player's actually behind the wall. COD Vision is messing with me a little bit, but actually he could be able to run this in straight to B-bomb right now, but I believe he was spotted from that player from hospital, so the rotation is going to be slowly coming in from Aware.
Yeah, he obviously saw that player inside the hospital as well, so now they're just trying to bait that one out. Dan's is Aware's a player just inside of there, so we'll change over to him. Of course, there was on player challenging here. Dan should get this kill, cleaning it up, making it a 2v2 now. 23 seconds left though. They've got to pick up the second kill. Oh, Dan's coming out with the team help from Buzzin there with putting the first tags in, picking up the assist. Last player in the back of school. Buzzin decides to go on inside, gets tags on him, decides to go for the plant instead. Will he challenge here? Dan's is going to have to try and back him up. Nade rolls on in, gets a tag on him perhaps. Oh, he sends it back at him instead, but still. gets the kill, and the round will go to Mindfreak 3-0, but a big play out of that last remaining player there from Aware.
Yeah, such a confidence play out of Dens. You see right here in your final kill cam, the player was actually able to bounce a nade off the wall that Dens just skipped right past. And, you know, he's playing at 6-0 on a 6-kill streak. Obviously, he has not died yet. Just doing phenomenally so far. Basically being able to do whatever he wants with this Aware squad. So Mindfreak showing so far to be a pretty dominant search team.
Oh, they are. We'll find out if they can keep it going, though, or will Aware change something up just ever so slightly and perhaps shut down Dens. And in doing so, will they be able to get a couple of rounds in their own right? Joe making a very, the three-man push on defense out of Mindfreak. Joe was not expecting that, neither was JT, as Watson now picks up one, drive for the second one there, becomes now a 2v2 because Petey has helped out with picking up shocks. So Dens and Fighter up against Petey and Watson. Watch out behind you, Watson. One player is there with you, and he doesn't even see him for a little while.
I have no idea why Fight even took so long to get that kill. It looks like Watson basically bumped into him. I think Fight might have just thought that was teammate because there's no way an enemy player is just going to bump into you in the middle of the map. But that's exactly what happened. So again, PD left in a 1 versus 2, and these are the two worst people to be going in a 2v1 against Den, sitting at 6-0 and Fight 5-1.
So right now, Petey on our screens, you see on the minimap where the other two players from Mindfreak are located inside of school in that back pit area, also garage. And right now, Petey just getting that bomb down here at the A-bomb site. Of course, now he'll be able to set the pace for the remaining part of this round. He's going to run straight up towards Dens, though. Dens has seen him just then. So right now, it's going to become a 1v2 still. And just then, Sand Fighter will find him, take him down, and the defusal will happen. So that's 4 rounds in a row right now for Mindfreak here. What do you feel Aware have to sort of perhaps do here? Is it just shut down Dens and Fighter pretty much? Like they're on 6-1 and 6-0?
I mean, yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, you saw 2 rounds ago, they actually had a counter shot perfectly, and it gave them the man advantage. But then they just proved to be too good at search and destroy. Dens and Fighter, you know, again, having phenomenal games right now. So these 2 players working in tandem have been great so far. So Aware going to have to figure out a way to answer that back. And, of course, you're going to expect JT and Watson to be stepping up probably at this very round. And, again, Dens going back to that information gathering B cross.
Yeah, obviously he's going to try and want to get this pick here. He might try and time it. Oh, no, 2 players actually putting shots in there. One trying for the quick scope, it seemed. Not too sure if that was Buzzin or Fighter perhaps doing that one. It was Buzzin who was trying to shoot over Dens' head and pick that early shot off. But still, like we said, it's round number 5 right now between Mindfreak and Aware Gaming here. SMD Detroit and Dens. Well, I want to stay on board with him just because of the fact he's on 6-0, but at the same time, Fire's on 6-1. Fire better come into a player. There's 2 players on the outside here. He's going to try and get a bank nade in there, perhaps. He will. Players actually challenging at the exact same time as that COD timing. You know, it's always going to work against someone, and that time was against the Aware Gaming guys. But no one being dropped yet so far here in this round.
Yeah, all 4 Mindfreak players spread out across the map. A gunfight is going to go down. Fighter able to get that wall bang on PD. Of course, you can shoot through all of the black windows on this map. So man advantage in favor of your Mindfreak squad, but still, the time is against them right now. They only have 30 seconds to end around. They're plant the bomb, and Fights are going to go down inside of the B bomb site. Joe is going to get cleaned up, so that is going to allow them to plant this bomb. Buzzo is going to be doing that as we speak. Only 2 players left alive for Aware.
Yeah, great comms just there. Fighter saw one of those last players, Vinny may have been, watch JT come across the back from trailer, heading towards the back of school. So they know he's there. You can see that's why they're lined up and all watching that one direction. Putting a lot of shots in. Now picking the round up there. It becomes 5-0 now to Mindfreak. They're 1 round away from a clean sweep in regards to an S&D here up against Aware Gaming. I sort of feel that, you know, Aware just aren't having the right sort of luck up against Mindfreak. You know, after such a close hardpoint game, on a slaying standpoint, these guys seem to be very equal, but perhaps just Mindfreak's S&D on Detroit is just a bit better than what the Aware Gaming have in their book.
And you got to imagine what's going through Aware Gaming's head right now is, hey, you know, we're down 5 rounds to none. We got to worry about these next 2 respawns because if we end up having to go to a game 5, you know, it's looking really good for Mindfreak. So they're going to be focused on their respawn game. You know, they were shown they were able to get 1 win out of it, but it was not by much. So Mindfreak able to compete just as well, and great for them to be able to come back again. Fighter having an outstanding game at 8-1. Dens hasn't gotten a kill in like 2 or 3 rounds, but it doesn't matter because, well, until I tried to bring him up, he was perfect.
Taken down just there in the background, but we do have Fighter still on that MS side. He's on 8-1, which I think might be like a 7-kill streak. I think he died first round in. So just there, shots come out. Buzzing gets picked up after he trades off on Joe by JT, and JT gets himself on the scoreboard with that breadstick there now, as well as Watson. So it becomes a 2v3. You got PD, Watson, and JT here remaining for the Aware Gaming squad. Bomb in hand with JT. Looking to perhaps go in and put that bomb down here at the B-bomb site inside of school. They know that something's going to be happening very soon, so JT is trying to bait them out, bring them towards him. This will change over to Watson and Petey. They're all inside the school area here. Shocks and Fighter have a bit of work to do now. They've got to try and break that setup that this team of Aware Gaming have, and Fighter does so nicely by picking that one.
Yeah, and Mindfreak boys have already clutched 1, 2 versus 3, and now they've already evened out to 2v2. Huge gunfight going down in Shocks. Able to destroy JT right there. JT having a bit of a rough game at 1 and 6, and Bida finishing off with a 7-kill streak. Mindfreak is gonna get the hot 6-0. Oh, that's gonna be terrifying for Aware if they end up in game 5, but that's gonna tie your series up 1 game to 1. Our next map is going to be Uplink Biolab. I'm gonna ask you the same thing since you know your Aussie boys. How do you expect this map to go?
I'd expect if it was Uplink come back, it would be a lot more Mindfreak, because I know that they love that map and they would prefer the comeback side of things. Their Biolab game isn't bad, but definitely not the strongest out of all the Uplink maps. So I dare say, you know, it could be another respawn game. If Aware can outslay them like they were during a lot of that time on the hard points, and just, you know, get a bit more setup where it comes into like a bit more map control, then I feel that Aware can definitely come back and take the series 2-1 in that sort of situation. But I feel the momentum behind Mindfreak after getting a 6-0 S&D and after losing a hard point by 1 point, like, that's just the confidence thing. It's just like, okay, we only lost the hard point 1 point. They didn't destroy us. We then just destroyed them in an S&D match 6-0. Just their mindset right now is definitely in the massive big favor for them.
Yeah, Mindfreak Gaming definitely looking strong coming out of that search and destroy. Uplink Biolab is going to be your next map after this commercial break.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship for 2015. Right now we are live with the game number 3. Is of course the teams of Mindfreak up against Aware Gaming. Right now both these teams are in the losers bracket. They are fighting to stay alive here on Bravo, and they are heading into a Uplink on Biolab's a chance. A 1-point hardpoint game is what gave Aware Gaming the series lead to begin with. Then a 6-0 S&D by Mindfreak tied the series back up. What are you sort of feeling now heading into Biolab on Uplink?
I'm seeing a pattern here. It's absolutely as close as it could possibly be, and then it's going to be as much of a blowout as it could possibly be. So for this Uplink, I'm going to predict not necessarily an overtime, but definitely a 1-point game where something clutch happens in the end, either between a dunk or a throw.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see, and it'd be great to see at the same time indeed. You know, we love the close matches between these teams at this sort of level. It just shows why they all belong to be here, and why, you know, no matter how far apart you are in the world, the skill gap may not be that much of a difference. So I want to kick things off with this Aware Gaming squad. I just want to see how they're going to be performing in this first minute or so, coming off that 6-0 loss in the S&D.
Sure, and just to feed a little bit of information to the fans at home. Both squads are running about the same strat. They are each running 1 BAL, 3 ASM1, so the playstyle should be relatively similar. Obviously, they have slightly different objectives being on different sides of the map. However, the speed of this map should be consistent.
As you see now here with JT inside of purple, turning around, can't confirm the shots though on buzzing there. Wouldn't be too happy with how that one ended out though, as it looks like Mindfreak are trying to get set up for this first hand on that drone. Shocks does get taken down, but Buzzin will grab the drone and instead of heading it in through blue, decides to head it right hand side in through circle. And there's a player outside waiting there. He's going to go for the single point throw, it looked like, but he will get team killed by Dens, then getting that revenge from the hard point game earlier, it would seem. Oh, his Shocks comes in, picks up one. Can he get the second one? There's a player with the drone just on the outside there. He will challenge quickly to pick up the second one, but Joe does have the drone and is going for a run.
Yeah, another team kill coming in. That's not necessarily game-changing, but that is definitely not something you want to have happen, especially not at these Call of Duty championships. Just a little bit sloppy, but if this team can clean it up, you know, they're looking absolutely strong. And PD right now for Aware Gaming is going to be stuck in a very tough situation. Actually able to juke a player out before Shocks is finally able to get that cleanup kill, but Watson is just going to play that to get it reset so they can settle themselves back in and gain some map control.
Yeah, they tried to go for that reset before. I think it may have been Joe, but he didn't throw it far enough. Bounced off the side of the map and back on in. So obviously PD, their 2-piece is going to help these guys out just to get a bit more composure and figure out where they want to do and reset themselves, so to speak, before they had to push out too much, a little bit more. We're going to see now JT on our screen, getting one top purple there. Shots going down the right-hand side. He will also find Buzzin, who is now, they're pushing up as a team. Joe does have drone in hand. He's come down in through that elbow side. He's getting very close to this here. Goes for the single throw. That misses it and will bounce off. Oh no, it doesn't bounce off the map. Still stays alive inside the edge. MF should go for that reset, I believe, unless they do just decide to run it out.
You know, we have harped on this and harped on this. I've heard casters say it all the time, is Buzzo's going to reset that one for 15 or an automatic reset, but this is definitely not the time and place you want to be missing these shots at all. He missed it wide left, and that's just not something you can have happen. So chalk that one up for Aware. One missed shot so far, and I really hope that's not going to come back to bite them in the butt.
Well, I think they hope the exact same thing. We'll find now PD inside purple. Drone once again in hand, coming in through Biolab. He does have a bit of an escort there. One player in the front. Watson will find Fighter there to help him out, keep this player alive and keep him moving with that drone. And they've got 2-player defense on the top of Eski's out here. Joe finds one. Watson finds another. Joe clears it up. Should be a 2-pointer here. Shots coming from the right. He decides to throw it instead. Joe, big 3-piece for him, as Watson also has a 4-kill streak, but that could have been a 2-pointer. He just decided to throw it the last second because he was too worried about dying.
Yeah, I mean, it's the safe play. Obviously, he would have been able to get that 2-point play because of how well Joe was able to slay those people out, even though Joe's your objective player on a 3-kill streak still as well, but before he gets taken out. But still, getting 1 point on the board, just that initial thing, still pretty big for this Aware Gaming squad. It's continually pouring on the pressure. I don't believe Mindfreak has been able to control the drone for any more than just a moment.
Yeah, not much at all. Buzzin did get hands on it. He ran that through circle, then got cleaned up at the same time. So just be aware of that. You know, the guys from Mindfreak have not had any more than about, 10 to 15 seconds of drone time. We'll find out if that's going to change here now. Buzzin looking to get some hands on it once again. He's got a player to his right. Nice little clean up there. Another player on top purple. He just saw him at the last moment there as he did jump out and away. Stun comes on in to blind him afterwards with those canisters. Joe does. JT, will also find Dan's with the 2-piece. Fighter then comes on out. Joe will pick him up. And this is going to allow this team of Aware to get some handle and once again run that drone.
And it seems like Mindfreak really values map control, as they had control of purple and blue, and they had the player back by the drone, but they elected to not push for any plays quite yet. They wanted to be set up as perfectly as possible, but now you're going to see 2 players go down for Aware Gaming who have just spawned up. But Mindfreak pushing in through purple. Dent was getting near the drone, but Watson was put in a perfect place to be able to stop that before he gets taken down as well by Shocks.
Seeing now Buzzin on our screens, figuring out what he can actually do here. Decides to go for the drone and perhaps try and get some extra hands on it. Now, he doesn't have that much of a backup going on, and when I say much of, it's pretty much 0-0 zip. But he does have a few players in front. He's going to try and stay alive. Denz is going to come in for a bit of support here. Denz and Fighter are both there now. They can perhaps grab that drone, go for a run. Shocks hits Denz with that stun grenade, though. Den must have been very hurt for that one to kill him, as Fighter now decides to come back for this reset. It's going to still be 1-0 with 30 seconds left in the first half. What a close game for an Uplink.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Denz would have been able to pick up that kill anyway or not. He might have just died anyway. However, in a perfect world for them, had that kill not come in, Denz would have been able to get that. And then they already had complete control of that. And as I say that, JT's going to get 2, and Joe is going to be able to get 1. So Aware Gaming in the final 15 seconds is going to try to make a push, run straight past Denz, not able to get that kill. PD is going to be able to regenerate his armor, and the kills are coming in. 3 down for Mindfreak, only 1 player in position to beat him. But the kills have come in for Aware, and they are going to be able to get that dunk in the final 5 seconds of the match to give them a 3-0 lead going into the second half.
Very good first half there for the Aware Gaming squad, as obviously these guys obviously know what they need to do and just regroup themselves. They've come out of a 6-0 loss on that S&D very confidently, I'd like to say. You know, these guys obviously just threw it off. They're like, okay, it's in the past, guys. Don't look at it at all. Don't focus on it. Let's focus on the next game at hand, which is this current one of Uplink on Biolab. So we'll try and see what's going to happen in this following 5 minutes. As obviously Mindfreak yet to put any points on that board. Aware Gaming are trying their best to get their series lead back and making it 2-1 after this one.
Yeah, in that first hardpoint match, we saw Mindfreak take the early lead and was able to hold that for more than half of the game, but we saw the resiliency of this Aware squad, and they were able to come back to get that 1-point win. So now we're seeing the opposite. Aware Gaming up by 3 points right now. Not a huge lead, certainly possible for Mindfreak to come out, but if they are not resilient, Aware is just going to keep pouring it on. So now we get a test of Mindfreak, and see how well they're going to do.
As Fighter will grab the drone, he's got a bit of an escort here. Danz and Buzzin both there with him. Few players crossing in from left and right. Buzzin's two-piece is going to help that one along, though. Going to change over now to Fighter. He's got one player out to the left-hand side on that defensive side. If they can get that kill, it'll be an easy 2 points here for him. Decides to try and juke him. He will, and straight in he goes for a 2-pointer. The score now becomes 3-2 within the first 50 seconds.
Yeah, that kill on PD there coming in from Shocks on Mindfreak was the clutch play that was allowed to keep Fighter alive so he could drop that ball in for the slam jam. But now Buzzo is going to be trying to rally for another play. It looks like he doesn't have much teammate support. He's completely surrounded by Aware Gaming Squad. Didn't even have a chance of getting off the throw. So Aware, complete control of the drone right now. They're going to be pushing it around all the way through purple. And he does have blockers, although Fighter, was able to take out PD very quickly.
Yeah, you got Joe up top there on top purple. He's deciding to retreat back a little bit here, trying to get inside, but he's got players all around him as well. Resets that armor, decides to get rid of the drone here, needs to get his gun out to try and help him get a few little kills. The drone almost rolled back into his collection there. He didn't even mean to it, just like that. It didn't even need that to happen. It rolled all the way down that hill and into his hands.
Bit of that uplink hard timing we just saw right there. Buzzo going to be able to pick up a 2-piece right there. That's going to allow Shocks to now be running the drone. And you see they're going to be actually wrapping this all the way back. They have a player already in Esky sitting on top. I don't know who that is. I think that might be, not Joe, I think that might have been, no, Shocks getting rid of the drone and picking that up. Now he's picking up the drone again. So he's doing this all by himself. And it looks like he's going to be doing the same thing, just throwing the drone and resetting an armor, going for the dunk. And he connects with that. So they are now going to be up 4-3, Mindfreak with the comeback.
I think Shocks was trying to pass that to Denz there a second ago. Denz was the man on that top Eskies, working that bit of a defensive side for him to try and let him to come that through green into red. And just like that, he threw it at Denz, but Denz had died, so Shocks didn't know what exactly to do. He decided to pick the drone up again and go for another run. That's what we saw that happen. So Denz right now will grab the drone instead as they try and clean house. He's going to go for a very long throw there. Not sure if he's got a team. He doesn't have a teammate down in that vicinity as well. He will grab it. He should be able to put it up in for another 2 points. And just like that, they go in again. Buzzing with that nice little pass to him. And Denz's 2-piece to follow. 6-3 the scoreline.
Yeah, and Denz is also on a 4 streak and they continue to rally this. And you see that overextension has worked out greatly for them. But now the drone is going to be pushed up through corner. They're going to be throwing that in the face. They have completely control of that uplink. Mindfreak, another 2-point play. Now they are up 8-3. Mindfreak coming back with a vengeance.
They are indeed. They had Joe with a team kill there on JT at the same time. Joe does have the drone, however. He's pretty much open out this left-hand side. There were 2 players coming quickly over that green side, though. 40 had the escort needed. Watson is there. There's the teammate as well. And they'll put a 2-pointer in their own. 8-5 the scoreline. 1:50 with 3 points. That difference. About 6 points have gone in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, and Aware Gaming did a great job right there as they were able to get that 2-point play within 20 seconds of Mindfreak cap, and that's because too many players were alive in the base of Aware that were on Mindfreak's team, so Aware able to overextend very quickly. The players from Mindfreak couldn't get back into place to stop that. So, again, PD with 5 caps right now, but Buzzer with 4. Fight and Shocks each have 2 apiece. Mindfreak still with the lead, minute and a half left, but anything could happen at this point.
As we see this there, 8-5, that scoreline is. PD does have the drone as they try and push it out there. They just get dropped straight away, so Joel regain the drone at the same time. He'll try and run it now. He's got, looking at the minimap, left-hand side, bottom left-hand, and you will see 3 players all lined up here. They should be able to get this one in. No one realistically there to stop it, and I think Mindfreak were aware that they were spawning inside of red. They weren't going to worry about it. They worry about the reset here. If they can get control of it and quickly push it out, they should be able to get another 2 points in revenge, but 8-7 that scoreline, it's a minute left, and what a close game.
And I really like what Mindfreak did there, but now we're going to have the drone carrier Watson pushed up. His defenders, or his attackers for himself, do end up going down, but it looks like he might be going for this big crane toss to tie this game up. There is someone in interception that's trying to go for the interception. He's going to get the toss off. He does connect with that. So now we're going to have a tied game with 30 seconds left. Aware coming up clutch after Mindfreak just made a huge run.
You called a 1-point game before. It's looking to be that way. They've got a few players out and around here right now. Mindfreak is going to be Dan's with the drones. A 4-player down right now. This is Mindfreak's best chance, best opportunity. They have to watch this left-hand side. JT comes up big, gets 1 kill. Stuns come out. Dan's is still alive with that drone in hand. He's not too sure. Goes for the 1-point throw. Highs it high. Overshoots it. Does it bounce back? It looks like it did. 9-8. 5 seconds left on that scoreboard. There's not going to be enough time to do anything with it. Mindfreak, a 1-point game. Chance said it, and he's come true. I can hear the guys in the background there. They're also enjoying it from what that bounce just did.
That is one of the most insane bounce, whatever it's called, not even an alley-oop, but just off the backboard, that is Snow to get that to bounce in. And I do want to point out, I don't know if you remember the very start of the game, Aware had 1 missed throw. It would have been tied up to the end, though, so they would have had a 1-point lead, and all the pressure would have been on Mindfreak, but they had nothing to worry about. It was either going to overtime or they're going to get the win, and they were able to come up clutch at the very last second within 5 to go to get that bounce back in. That's absolutely insane. These respawn games are just incredibly fun right now.
I honestly thought that was heading to an OT. You know, I thought when I saw 2 players of MF go down, and the Aware guys had 3 on defense, that there's no way he's going to get that in. Like, there was no way he's going to get a 2-pointer. He just looked up as high as he could. He had to challenge for the interception. That's why he obviously looked up as high as he could and throw it as high to hope it would come back down and fall it in. Because you could see the Aware guys, they were hoping for the interception just to stop it and force the OT. But what a game indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we come back after this short commercial break. CTF on Biolab, it would seem, between Aware Gaming and Mindfreak with the current series score of 2-1 to MF.